Bonjour! This is Nana T and we are in Paris. On this trip, I'm traveling with my good friend Danielle and she speaks French. Hey, make sure you tip the guy at the Eiffel Tower and he will take these really cool pictures for you. We were in Paris for 4 days and we had so much fun. Even the food is extraordinary in Paris. Look at this ice cream. But of course, not everything is perfect and we got rained on a few times. Thank goodness we were on the hop on, hop off bus and they gave us a raincoat. Of course, there are a ton of things to do in Paris. I highly recommend the hop on, hop off tour. We are actually going to start in the Opera House. This was one of my favorite places. It is hard to find the entrance if you've never been there before. So if you're standing in front of the Opera House on the road facing it, go to your left around the building about halfway back and you'll find the entrance. It costs €12 to get in, and it's worth mentioning that they actually took our temperature before we were allowed to enter. But that was nice because once we got in, we were free to roam about, which is super nice nowadays. So many places have restrictions in place, areas that are blocked off, or you have to follow arrows, just one way in, one way out. Of course, you have to wear your mask the whole time you're in there. Don't forget to pop out to the balcony. It is absolutely gorgeous. Right across the street is the world-famous Lafayette Mall. You need to go over there even if you're just going to take pictures. Make sure you go up to the 3rd floor and grab you some coffee and a pastry. Best seat in the house. Now let's talk about that hop on, hop off tour. 2 days with the river cruise and we got a discount. River cruises round trip. It lasts for 1 hour. They leave every hour on the hour and it starts at the Eiffel Tower. Just go down by the river and look for the booth with the orange flag. There's bathrooms on the boat, and if you want to know what you're looking at, make sure you sit downstairs on the inside because you can't really hear anything upstairs on the deck. The beginning of my walking tour with Ewan started off with these amazing views over Paris. And then we visited the inside of the Sacred Heart of Paris Cathedral. But you'll hear more about the walking tour later. This place is the second most visited monument in Paris. Okay, drum roll please. It is scooter time. Okay, while I was in Paris this time, I rented a scooter from Rent and Go. They have 2 locations, one here by Notre Dame and one over here by the Eiffel Tower. This was so much fun. They have several different routes to choose from, and here's the different times for each of them. It's very inexpensive and super safe because the route is actually marked, and you can go anywhere, but if you stay on these routes, like I said, it's super safe. So I went down 4 bridges, and then I was able to go down right next to the river, which was nice because it was so hot in August and it was nice and breezy down here. Plus it's super flat and smooth, so you can go really fast. Yes. So here's the Eiffel Tower. I went across the bridge here. Back here is the best location to take pictures. And then all the way back, I kept stopping and getting pictures of statues and all kinds of cool stuff. That's why my little hour route took almost 2 hours. But I had a great deal of fun. I highly recommend renting a scooter while you're in Paris.
Hi guys, we're the best electric scooter rental shop in Paris. Don't hesitate to come and stop by. We have different routes to visit the main monuments of Paris, like scooter helmets also, and all scooters are disinfected with special products.
I am a big fan of museums, and they have completely saved the day more than once when I've been out and about. Of course, you should schedule your visit, but in case you don't, just know that Paris has 153 museums to rescue you on those rainy days, or when other tours get canceled.
Do you mind to quit your pretending? Truth or false, the shit never ending. Hear me now and stop condescending. You see I'm begging, you hear me begging. If you seek for love, don't try to hide it. Find it deep inside and try to hide it. If there's a way, I wanna know we tried it. Quit your games and now that you denied it.
On the left, you see King Louis IV, the only king of France to become a saint. And on the right, Joan of Arc, nicknamed the Maid of Orleans, who also became a saint.
Hi, I'm Ewan. I'm a filmmaker. I'm currently living in Paris. Right now we're in front of the Notre Dame Cathedral. Obviously we've got a bit of a gate, a fence there. We can't go inside at the moment because you probably heard there was a big fire there. I've just been on a wonderful tour with Tammy, who's behind the camera right now, and she'll tell you all about the tour and what excellent fun we've had. And so yeah, if you ever come to Paris, get in touch and I'll show you around.
I got room and make amends, but can't go through the same regrets. It could feel so good on mine. Not about love again.
And then you see there by the clock it says Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité. Liberty, equality, brotherhood.
Nice.
And that's the slogan of the French Republic ever since the French Revolution, where they got rid of all the royals and they wanted égalité, equality. An old building that housed lots of artist studios. Lots of famous artists used to come here, had their studios here. It was an old rickety building and it was very cheap lodgings for artists, including a very young Pablo Picasso came here when he was in his early 20s. This is what it used to look like. There's Pablo Picasso there with a blank canvas, just about to create a masterpiece. The Bateau Lavoie. Bateau means boat. And lavoie is somewhere you wash your washing your clothes. So Bateau Lavoie was kind of like the boats they had on the Seine where the washerwomen would wash people's clothes, and it was on the Seine, so it was rocking. There was a famous poet who was part of the milieu, the artistic milieu around this place, called Max Jacob. He was a poet, and He gave this place the name the Battle of Bar because it was so old and rickety, and it sort of swayed in the wind because it was so old.
So I would definitely say that this is a different generation. I'm not sure what kind of art this is, but this guy has an app called Invader, which you can download to find his different works of art throughout Paris. This woman does boob art, which I didn't even know was a thing, but apparently this stuff is popping up throughout Paris more nowadays than it used to. Oh, the little Dove Street. When you get a chance, look this up. You'll love, love, love the love story about these doves. And they actually named the street after them. I guess only in Paris, right? This little cafe/diner is a filming location for a French movie that my daughter-in-law told me about. How cool is it that I'm sitting here having crepes and coffee? The only thing missing is my daughter-in-law. These metropolitan stations were created by an artist, and people were really mad because they thought that it looked like fallopian tubes. So they hated them for quite some time, and then they decided that they loved them, and they've been in love with them ever since. I was very intrigued with these fountains, and then I learned the story behind them, and now they really have a special place in my heart. Some rich guy from the UK had them put in when he found out that a lot of the Parisians were only able to drink beer and wine because they couldn't get fresh water. So he put in 50 of these fountains throughout Paris.
La nuit est si longue, devant se maintenir. Une femme voit son présent qui naît dans la nuit. Les étoiles tombent à part face à la lune. Elle respire son corps, elle s'abandonne dans la nuit. Ses mains glissent entre son corps. Ses lèvres rouges, ses yeux velours. Le regard est ébloui. La magie tombe dans la nuit. Quand une impassion aimant le cœur revit, on oublie avant l'aube n'écrit dans la nuit.
Luxembourg Gardens. The widow of King Henry IV of France needed a new residence, so the construction of Luxembourg Palace and Gardens began in 1612. The garden is the second largest park in Paris, totaling 57 acres and has over 100 statues. There are public bathrooms and food vendors in the garden area, and it is open to the public for free.
La nuit est cruelle, buvant son alcool. Elle sonne son corps est nu, enflammé, il frôle. Les étoiles tombent à part face à la lune. Elle respire son corps, elle s'abandonne.
Okay, so this is the smallest street in Paris, and it's called the Street of the Fishing Cats. I absolutely love the way the Europeans seem to celebrate life every time they have a meal. I love eating outside, and I adore the way these restaurants are decorated.
I love you like la 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 la.
came back early, so this is us hanging out at the train station. We actually went in the morning and traded our tickets in for an earlier train because the numbers for the COVID-19 were spiking there in Paris, so we would rather be safe than sorry, and we decided to go ahead and get back home to Germany. Huge shout out to my good friend Danielle for traveling with me to Paris, even though she's already been there like a half a dozen times. And thank you for watching. I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button. I will be posting videos once a week on Thursdays.